There's the TV in a cage. As you peer into the depths of the alley, intermittent flashes of light catches your eye, accompanied by the discordant hum of static and the cacophony of television signals. You walk closer. I believe you get a faded photo if you turn it off, which I did last time, so I'm just gonna do that. The texture of the cage and the television is peculiar, as if they were twisted and formed from countless strands of hair. Despite the intense discomfort, you reach out and switch off the... hold on. Switch off the what? No, not that. No, not that. How do I read it? Can I not read it? Switch off the television and basically get a faded photo for it. Where is it? There it is. You pick up the faded photo, it captures you reaching in to turn off the TV in the cage. A few lines are written on the back of the photo. TV in the cage, when words and opinions are caged in a limited space, human minds are still free. More discussions. Wait, why did the discussion go up? I don't think we have seen anything new. This forum is part of a larger forum called Dismith. Its dedication to the discussion of the Ceylon Street fogs and related urban legends. The administrators have established following rules for the forum, which should be observed by all users. The rules below are the only ones that users of this forum are required to observe while using the forum. By signing up to this forum, why am I reading user guidelines? Is there anything interesting about it? What a load of gibberish. Gotta give you points for trying though. Does anyone know how to change the default avatar? Post log, no comment allowed. Keep the post confidential. Administer suspected information leakage. He or she may handle the situation in Apex according to Article 9 to 13. Do not trust anyone who claims to be an administrator but uses an ID different from the one reserved for the real administrator. Have you guys heard Ceylon Street covered in fog again? No, we already read all this. Okay. Let's look at this. No, let's look at this first. What should I pick first? I feel like this might just move me on, but I don't want to move on just yet. Hopefully it doesn't. Local residents. Did you see spiders? Spiders transform from here. A man nervously takes shelter behind you. His gaze drifts over your shoulder, ceaselessly scanning the shadowy corners of the street. There were so many spiders that turned from here. They were chasing me. The man's voice quivers incessantly. I have arachnophobia. I can't handle spiders at all. Observe your surroundings carefully. While the idea of here turning into spiders is beyond absurd, you can't shake the feeling that you might have experienced even more bizarre incidents in the past. You lower your gaze and scan your surroundings. Sure enough, in the shadowy corners of the street, you spot some tiny creatures rustling about. You notice the man pointing towards the direction you were looking at. The man lets out a pitiful wail and runs away. When you look again, those small creatures have already vanished. Now let's go for this. Familiar feeling. A monster whose body is composed of hair appears out of a dark alley, comes directly at you. The monster looks particularly familiar and seemingly not hostile, only blocking your way stubbornly. Seems if you don't tackle it wisely, you won't be able to keep going. Rules: choose the best answer of the three given choices to tackle the monster blocking your way. A mass of hair is 18 seconds. A mass of hair in front of you. Monster in a girl. She tugs at the hem of your shirt. A look of concern on her face. Name eludes you, but you know that she is showing concern for your safety on multiple occasions. Comfort the girl. Success. Okay. Did we get something? Oh, we got something. We got a new girl. That's Hecate. You run into a monster transformed from here today. It seems to be impersonating a girl you know. You feel especially tender towards this girl. Our first sinner. Fog and Hair Monster, Chapter 2. Fog and night shroud the neighborhood. A sweet cold sweat scent hangs in the air. You must uncover clues about your identity soon and find out who you are. Investigate. The chiming of the clock bells echo through the street as you walk past the next alley. Ding dong, the clock continues to chime. You pass by a few residents as you silently count the number of chimes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 12, 11, 12, 13. The chimes end abruptly on the odd number. At the same time, you hear a blood-curdling scream from not far away. A gust of cold, damp air brushes past you. It comes from behind you from the end of the alley.
What's that?
An ominous grey mist is spreading with eerie strand-like creatures squirming from inside. They wriggle and coil before they stand upright one by one, transforming into strange monsters. They stretch out their hands, drag screaming passerbys into the mist. The next second, the thick fog engulfs the sky and night falls upon the entire street. Run. Terror and mist soon envelops everything, catching everyone off guard. Only a few sources of light remain in the distance. Someone falls, the monster will not miss the chance.
Matches. Stay back.
I tried to help last time and it didn't really work, but keep running doesn't really change much, maybe. What should I do? I mean, last time I tried, nothing really happened, but I don't want to make like the bad choice, like, oh, you didn't even help that stranger or whatever. Go help. It's not gonna change my whatever. However, the monsters are clearly stronger. The next second, the girl is dragged into the fog, leaving only the image of a terrified face imprinted on your retinas. As the girl gets dragged away, you catch a glimpse of what's wrapped around her body, long, dark, agile strands brimming with eerie life. What was that? It was the shine of human hair. There we go. We are in trouble. Chapter 3. Escape to Shelter 1. The bell tolls 13 times. The fog locks down the entire street and strange hair spreads across the road walls as if devouring the world around you. You feel your sanity crumbling. You must escape from this place right now. That was just combat. I have skipped it, as I must be doing in the playthrough as well. I'm just showing the story. No combat. You can play the game yourself if you want to play the combat, because it's really difficult to commentate over just combat. I mean, it's not like Call of Duty. Even in Call of Duty, most of the time I'm just silent when I'm playing that, but yeah, I'm not gonna be doing no commentary over combat. Because I am not capable of that. I have tried, but I severely failed to do it. I'm just not focused on the game. I'm not focused on the commentating, so I'm just like, yes, that guy coming up, shooting, or some stupid shit like that. So I prefer not to just do this. I'm just gonna play forward. Chapter 4. Escape to Shelter 2. You try to run, but you can't shake Mad Shear's chasing behind you. It seems to be hounding you. Perhaps your memory loss has something to do with her, but right now you can't spare a second to think while running for your life. More combat, never mind. Moving on. Chapter 5. Shear's in the alley. You stumble into a dark alley. Mad Shear's still chasing in on you while singing an eerie tone. Perhaps you can get rid of your enemy in the alley. Visibility doesn't exceed 10 meters right now. The monsters are prowling in the thick fog, ready to devour the next victim. He seems to be running. You stumble and fall into a dark, narrow alley, merging into its shadows. The monsters in the alley don't attack you. Instead, they back away rather fearful, because we are quote-unquote the chief. Raise your hand. Upon seeing your movement, they back away a bit more in disgust. They appear to be acting out of intelligence, but the English is a little weird. They appear to acting out of intelligence, but also out of instinct. For some unknown or forgotten reason, they're avoiding you. Find a safe place to hide. The monster backs away, allowing you to retreat further down the alley. The fog here is damp and cold, making the alley seems even more dark and sinister. However, this dark alley feels familiar to you. Suddenly, beautiful. The cold, familiar feeling spreads swiftly along your spine to the back of your head. The sound is coming from the depths of the fog, but also from the depths of your memory. You've been here before. You fought someone here. Alongside your headache, fragments of your memory are stirring in your mind. The dark alley, the thick fog, the clock bells, and incessant snapping noise. Sound.
Matches. Stay back.
Memories overlap with the reality as the snapping sound of shears edges closer. There's a figure in the depths of the fog, obscured by mist. Its limbs appear slender and fragile. At the same time, the giant pair of shears is scraping against the wall, emitting hungry, crunching sounds.